it's important if you want to really understand video production that you know the difference between objective reporting and observational commentary. And so let's start with objective reporting. Objective reporting, let's just imagine it doesn't matter who delivers the message, it's going to sound exactly the same. That message can be delivered because these people are not supposed to have an opinion. An example of objective reporting would be in a sporting event, NFL football game, NBA game, NHL game, or college football on television. These commentators are not supposed to really have an opinion on whether one team or the other wins or loses. Even though they probably do deep down inside or maybe even on the surface, they're not supposed to let you know who they're rooting for. They have no opinion. They're being objective. So again, like we talked about last time, who, what, when, where, why, and how, just the facts. Observational commentary is the opposite. These people have a take, and what they want to do is they want to give you their opinion based on how they observe life. So the example I'm going to give you to begin with here is, again, some writing by John Steinbeck. And in two of his books, Travels with Charlie and America and Americans, he basically wrote commentary on the America in which he lived, which was the America of the 1960s. And I took some of his more interesting observations and put them on this video. So this again is observational commentary, non-objective, but what do you really think, John Steinbeck? Give us your opinion. That's what I'm about to show you right now.
In Travels with Charlie and America and Americans, John Steinbeck presents his own personal opinions on the important and the not so important topics of his day. The plan for Travels with Charlie was an interesting one. Steinbeck would buy a truck with a camper shell on it and set off with his poodle Charlie on a trip from New York to California. In Steinbeck's words, this was a trip in search of America. Here are some of his observations along the way. When we get these throughways across the whole country, as we will and must, it will be possible to drive from New York to California without seeing a single thing. We find after years of struggle that we do not take a trip takes us.
So now that you've seen some examples of observational commentary, you should be able to watch television and basically tell the difference between objective reporting and, again, observational commentary. Biased reporting is also called as well. You take a look at our sportscasts or newscasts, we're not exactly objective reporters when it comes to us beating Rev or Redlands or some of our rivals. We're celebrating the fact that we have won, and to that end, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but whenever you watch Thunderstruck, we never lose. If we do lose, that report somehow gets lost and never makes it on our broadcast. Why is that? I wonder if that has anything to do with observational commentary or biased reporting as opposed to just telling the truth. So I think it might have a little bit to do with that, the fact that we never lose. Long ago, there was a student at Yucaipa High School whose name was Libby, and she decided to come up with a concept called Libby's Lectures. And in her lectures, she would produce some observational commentary about what was going on in the school and in her world. And this particular day, she decided to tackle the subject of love in the hallways. Let's find out in this installment of Libby's Lectures what she feels about students who are a little too affectionate on the way to class.
And now to our opinion extraordinaire. I thought we stopped doing this.
Unfortunately, I guess we still do.
Oh my God. Our opinion extraordinaire, Libby Knapp, for another installment of Lib's Lectures.
Libby Knapp here with another installment of Lib's Lectures. This week I'd like to talk about something a little bit touchier, something that we don't often talk about because it's just so disturbing. A lot of people see Yucaipa High's hallways as a place for honeymooning and gross displays of public affection, and I'm not having any of it. People are supposed to be romantic in places like Paris or Florida, and not places like Yucaipa High School. When I'm walking to class, nothing is more nauseating than watching you freshmen canoodle right in front of me. It makes me extremely uncomfortable, and probably your peers. I promise you, you will see your significant other after class, you will see them during passing period, and you will see them after school. There's no need for you to behave like that in public. Thank you.
So leading into the next part of our school year, I'm thinking about bringing back some observational commentary for our show, and that involves being a little less objective, being a little more opinionated, but I want it to be well written, well phrased, well said, and if it is, perhaps it might be something that we can put out there in the universe on Thunderstruck. So if you are in Thunderstruck, you have some opinions, and you're able to express them articulately, we can put that on the air for you, and that could be a little segment. So just think about what you have an opinion on, what you want to get across to the world, and we might be able to make it happen for you.